Alright, guys. Here we're on the bottom right side of the map in this best of 3, going for a gas first, no scout build up against Liquid's Clem in the top left side. Barracks gas for Liquid's Clem. herO going for that gateway, of course, and it's going to be, like I said, a no scout opening. This is a Monday Night Weeklies match, guys. It is the upper bracket finals. It's a best of 3. I think it's finals. Is it finals? I think it's upper bracket final / semi-final, whatever you want to call it. Point being, it is a double elimination tournament, so it's not the grand finals just yet, but that is why it is best of 3. We'll see how these two go. The other week, herO did manage to dismantle Clem in a very one-sided 3-0 in a Pigstarcraft weekly. We've also seen Clem, of course, fight back and rip herO apart many times. It's kind of interesting to see how they just go so back and forth. And I really like, because when other players try to limit variance, make everything as consistent as possible, herO tries to create as much variance as possible. He does the opposite. He creates a different game every time he plays. His strategies vary, and even if there are periods where he's struggling to win against certain opponents or this or that, how that happens is always unpredictable, right? He's one of the least predictable players, one of the most exciting to watch. And that is why even the Urubus on these maps do get excited when he's playing. Clem, of course, is going to look to limit the chaos. He's going to go for a 1-Rex expand and an SCV scout to confirm. And seeing the normal Nexus, I think he's going to go, oh yeah, we're good. Don't need to really worry about a proxy gate. Thank you, Quaggy, for the Prime Gaming sub as well. Time for a sucky bottle, a baby bottle for safety. I don't know what that means, Quaggy, but you know what? Why? Oh, for when I knock it over, I just spilt my water bottle all over my desk. That's what you're talking about. Right. Oh, dude, that would be smart. I should get like a child-proof bottle. Intelligent. I have like a thermosy thing though. Keeps things hot and cold, which is good. Except when I knock it over, thankfully missing my computer and not frying it. Oh, if you go any deeper, you will lose that Reaper. Wisely running away, and the Stalker will get just 3 shots him. It takes, is it 5? Yeah, 5 shots for a Stalker to kill a Reaper. Clem does escape for now. And he's doing a pretty normie play, man. This is surprising to see Clem play 1-Rex Expand, Reaper, and an SCV Scout. Very chilled out vanilla. And herO is like, you know what? You'll never expect me to go Stargate, but gas first. You have so much gas, you can do anything. Oh, he actually saw it. Oh, he did see this. I didn't think he saw it. Sorry, guys. I'm dumb. He got pretty deep in here, didn't he? He did see the Stargate. So a Cyclone is the natural follow-up. And then completely skipping anything else is usually a good idea. So because they could build Phoenix, you don't really want to do mine drops necessarily. You just want to build a Cyclone for defense and then go straight to stim, shields, medevacs, essentially. And at that point, you take full map control off of the Protoss player. Reaper barely surviving once again. Chrono's on the probes. How quick do you take a third? Because Clem knows herO doesn't know he's playing a 1-Rex expand, does he? And yet he's Stalker pressuring. This is pretty brave. Considering he has no scouting, moving in with 2 Stalkers here is very dangerous. But I think with his micro, often he can keep them alive even against the Cyclone. Might have to recall though when that Cyclone comes down. Marines trying to protect the mining. He's happy to sacrifice a few hit points on the Marines, especially if it baits those Stalkers in. Reaper's going to run past. Sees a 2nd and 3rd gateway and a Twilight Council. Very safe play here for herO. He's going to go 3-gate blink after the Oracle before going for anything like the 3rd Nexus or charge. Oh, the probe actually blocked the Stalker. The Stalker derped out there for a second. herO. Reaper able to heal a little bit. Finally, we'll get on top of that. I think herO is pretty happy, though, to have not lost any units. There's an SCV going across the map. Looks like that's just a scout for Clem. Oracle kind of saw it, and then herO is like, did I imagine that? I guarantee you herO is like, what did I just see move out? Probably thinks it was a Hellion, something really fast that drove past. As you can see, guys, no tanks for safety, no Raven, no drops. Straight into Reactor Medevac and 3 Barracks Stim Buyer. This is exactly what you meant to do against Stargate play, to take advantage of the fact that those Phoenix, those Oracles, cannot deal with Stim Buyer. But it's only 1 Oracle in this case. It's not a massive commitment, and it's going to go back into a more normal game just with a somewhat delayed blink. So I do always wonder how this maps out, because I feel like this just ends up in a very normal game. It's just Terran skips the tanks and the Raven, Protoss skips blink initially, and they've got that 1 Oracle just to help them out for the rest of the game. A couple stasis traps go down, 1 on each side. Very good with Blink Stalkers. If I was in I'd be really keen to put 1 up here and get active forwards on the front with my Stalkers. I'd be like, let's get out there, try and intercept him on his side of the map. And with Blink almost done, herO decides, yep, that is indeed the play. Does the energy recharge the Oracle, guys? Where is it? Oh, just hiding in the back. 4th Gateway and a Forge go down. Remember, there is no tank here, but you've got Stim Marauders. That's why you don't need tank, because Blink is so delayed. Oh, he unloads his bunker. What the heck? Oh, because he was going to go for a double drop. Okay. Well, bunker's going to go down. He's going to have to stim at these Stalkers, eh? Oh, pull back the Reddit Point Marauder, yeah? Pull him back, Clem. Come on, mate. You know hero's going to click on that and blink away. Okay, there we go. Stimming a bit of bio. Good choice. Stalkers pick off just one Marine. Of course, if Clem could get inside hero's base, that would be excellent, but that is a big if. Gets a Marauder, blinks away. Nice move. Hero's Micro has been great. Charge +1, not ready. Stasis Trap about to expire, but not just yet. Revelation, beautiful to track that army. So the Engineering Bay's only now gone down. Still no third command center. Clem has a big Bioforce, but oh, that Stasis Trap. It's like seconds away from disappearing. Oh, it disappears. Clem did not know that, but it's not too bad. Gotta be worried about chasing these Stalkers. That's 16 Blink Stalkers. Which is not the best long-term army. Focuses the Stasis Trap. Gotta focus the other one as well. Does. Very nice move there. Oracle comes forward. Widowmine. Oh! Oracle goes for the suicide mission. Does get a bit of friendly fire, but a good reactive split there by Clem, who's got some Widowmines to cover him now. Good blink backs, but the Sentry, of course, cannot blink, and it does go down. Clem's going to retake the high ground, especially with no Oracle there for Revelation. You can't chase into that high ground. This is really smart play for Clem. He's got to pull back, though. Oh. He's over damaged. Hero just YOLOs it. Seeing how damaged that bio is, he wants to pick off these damaged Marauders. It's a dangerous move for Hero, but I think he senses just how weak Clem is. Clem's overstimmed, overcommitted. And this is a really good move by Hero to reclaim map control on this short, compressed map that is, of course, 10,000 feet. 64 workers are up for Hero. He can take a fourth now. He's already got +1 armor on the way behind +1 attack. +1 attack still not done here for Clem. It's not even halfway finished, in fact. And every time he gets baited into stimming, you can see he kind of has to chase, and that's where Hero starts to dance a little bit. Guardian Shield comes forward. Stalker's blinking in, taking out a medevac there. The Widowmine's doing really well to clear the Zealots. +1 attack for Protoss. No attack upgrades for Terran. That being said, Clem holds on. He's got that third orbital coming up. With the fourth base coming in now, 9 Gateway Zealot reinforcements. Been a scary game. 4th and 5th barracks coming up right now for Clem. Double Robo Bay transition. It feels like because Hero's only lost... I mean, he's actually lost 7 Stalkers, more than I thought. Because he's got so many Stalkers, and they're quite well upgraded for this, you know, comparatively. It just feels like he's able to do a bit more than I thought he'd be able to. And he's going to loop in with the Zealots. Widowmines are there. Will they get shots off? Yes, they will. But not really in the center of mass. Stalker's coming forward on the left. Hero, look at this activity rate. He makes him stim again. Oh, Clem's like got to turtle up. He's actually being forced into a corner. He has to just turtle up now because Hero's all over him. You never know. If you push, he might jump on you. If you push, he might counterattack. Like, you've got to split your army up. And he doesn't know double Robo Base here. He's building Vikings, so he's kind of preparing for it, but only with 1 starport. Starts a Ghost Academy. He's only got +1 attack. No armor even started yet. No second eBay armory. And second Forge is on the way. Hero's about to get 1-1. I think Hero's in a really good spot. Even though his supply is down and his work account's even, just psychologically, he's kind of got Clem stuck in a corner. And Clem needs to not make mistakes from here. Look at that Zealot Stalker. He pulls him into the main with the Prism. Yes, it gets shot down by the Vikings. The Widowmines are on the wrong side. And the Zealots doing so much damage here and so much tanking. One of the medevacs goes down to the friendly fire on the Widowmines. The Stalkers casually disengage whenever the Zealots are gone. And that Stalker renewability, their ability to recycle damage over and over, is what's so annoying here for Clem. Stalkers try to blink back again. Chasing might be a bit too ambitious, but he does get some profit for it. Gets a few of those units, gets rid of the Observer. Clem needs to get back to his high ground though, and Hero always punishing him for being on the map, trying to bait more stims. Clem could SCV pull and go, but it would be a disaster because there's 2 Colossus out. So he's going to pull back, he's going to defend. Second eBay Armory starts, +1 armor's on the way. The Zealots are going to come in once again. 4th Command Center tries to go down for Clem, but Clem is on the back foot, and 2-2. Robo Bay, extended thermal lats, all the things on the way now for a Hero who's already on 9 gateways. He's not building a lot of workers. I'd say that's the one weakness of his situation. Only 66 workers. Hero easily could have been on, I think, a 5th base and 75 workers by now, at which point you can just send another Prism in the main, keep doing these sort of multi-prong attacks. As long as you're trading within, you know, a few thousand resources of Clem, you will drown him. But on equal income, Clem's supply is starting to count. His supply is starting to grow. It's all about right now where you have 4 Colossus against 5 Vikings. There's going to be 7 Vikings against 4 Colossus. That's really good for Protoss. If you can get 2 more Vikings and a few good EMPs before these Colossus hit, that's good, but herO's not going to give him time. herO's not going to give him time. +1 armor is about to kick in, which means the upgrades will be even or at least close to even. Yeah, +1 armor is going to be ready as the fight happens. herO's going for it. 3 more Vikings building. They're not ready. It's only 7 Vikings here, guys. And the Bio already taking damage in a bit of a choke point. He's got to stim back his Bio. The Stalker's blink forward. He pulls the Vikings back, which is the correct call. The Mineral Line pulls away as well. Good micro here for Clem. Unfortunately, not many Widow Mines on that left side to support his army, and his 4th command center kind of getting in the way right now. As well, herO backs away. 4 more Colossus building. Disruptors coming in. 2-2's not quite ready for Protoss. Those Ghosts are getting damaged. He does land an EMP, but not a massive one. Mostly only hitting the Zealots there. It looked like it hit the Stalkers, but I think the Stalkers just walked into the vestiges of the graphic of the EMP rather than actually getting hit by the initial projectile. Here we go. Stalkers, Elite Colossus coming forward. Vikings firing on the left. The Bio's already overstimmed and damaged. The Marauder's starting to fall. The Colossus roasting the SCVs. Yes, 2 Colossus go down. The Bio cracks through the Zealot Stalker. He will get rid of the Colossus, but at a hefty price. 20 SCVs do go down. A scan here would be excellent. 5 bases are now up for herO. He's got the 5th going. He's also added probes up to 77. And with double disruptors coming in, Clem is trying to slowly erect a planetary, trying to stabilize. He needs medevacs to heal this Bio. He also needs... I think he's got too many Vikings, actually. Yeah, just medevacs for now is the right call as he queues up 3 of those. And Zealot Stalker is just going to try and trade on its own with disruptors. Goes a bit too deep, though. That's very classic herO. He doesn't like the disruptors firing from too far away. It often leads to him throwing them into the meat grinder, but you can't be overstimming here. You're already low on healing juice. Clem has to retreat to his high ground. Planetary's up on the right side, though, which is big for Clem. He's got 2 weapons on the way, 4 medevacs. It feels like Clem, despite all of the stress, will be able to make it to late game. And I think herO, the next step is he needs to add about 4 or 5 gateways and get another prism in the main. He's got to create some variability, some multi-prong. You can see here the Widow Mines firing. Do take out the Observer. The Stalkers have to back away. Come forward. Does get rid of one of those. Oh, actually loses the Stalker. Bad micro there for herO. Unnecessarily sloppy and trying to be a bit too fancy, of course. Ship weapons coming in. A few more barracks, so he's going to go to 7 barracks now, is Clem. Normally you go to 8 barracks, but he's starved for cash, and he's just trying to make sure he doesn't fall too far behind on that production whilst not idling his barracks. See, there is a few different reactors. 2 on barracks, 2 on factories and starports. Bio's trying to pull away here from the Zealots. The earlier you force those disruptor shots out, the better. Oh, oops, a bit late on the stim. Trying not to get baited. herO's going to take the top right corner. The reason he's doing this is, I guess, because he wants to steal resources off Clem. Also because he's herO and he just does things almost randomly. Ooh. Disruptors trying to bait him forward. You can see the way herO uses his disruptors as bait. Then goes in with the Zealot Stalker. Then when he pulls back the Zealot Stalker, I mean, that's when disruptors are best. Gets himself a Marauder, gets himself a Ghost. Trying to force more stims, not quite able to. He needs to get some Zealots in the Mineral Line or something to really make these disruptors work. But he does bait another stim there. He's got another shot ready. Though, every second that goes by, he gets closer to maxing out. His +3 weapons, his +2 armor is almost there. Late game is massively Clem favored. I like that herO's in his face, but not all in. You know, he's kind of like, I'm keeping trading, I'm keeping advantage, but can he actually get him now? The Bio, massive ball of Bio. Vikings are on the left side. The SCVs are vulnerable. The Vikings take a massive disruptor hit. A few more disruptors do go out. One of those hits on the Marines there, not too bad. And that's the way herO wants to fight, is dive in deep and then run away and to cover your retreat with the disruptors. But you can see the disruptors in the open. Zealot Stalker needs to re-engage. Does lose just one of those disruptors. So far, 4 disruptors have died this game. Units lost time is 3,000 in favor of Clem. Just under that, actually. Dark Shrine, as well as a 7th base coming in for herO. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, that's an 8th base. 8 base against 4 base. But Clem can just stabilize. He might be okay. It's hard, though. There's so much endless units here for Protoss. Disruptors getting on top, and it seems like those Zealots here, equal upgrades, doing okay. There's not enough EMPs to keep removing the shields, and there's 2 advantages to constantly fighting. The medevacs never have enough juice to keep everything healed to full life, and the Ghosts never have enough EMP to blanket everything. If you guys just wait forever and then do one big concentrated fight, the Ghosts have a crazy amount of EMP. But in this sort of game, where do you EMP? When do you EMP? You're constantly under assault. A random sentry runs in from the top right of the map for God knows why that was there. And herO just knows he can do this all day. Yeah, he's keeping it within a few thousand resources while mining so many bases. Now let's check his transition on workers, because herO's notorious for being kind of sloppy on worker transfers. He's been pretty good this game. He's been pretty good. I mean, he does need to fix up the main now. Could adjust the third base down here as well, a little bit. This one as well. But he's doing pretty decent. Normally herO's a lot sloppier on that. You can tell he's just got no pressure on him this game. He's in control. The only pressure is time pressure. He can't let Clem survive for too long. Libs are now coming in, and we know that Libs, especially with +2 ship weapons once that's done, will be a big advantage. Clem seeing that top right will get baited. Clem should not get baited. He needs to hold this position. This is a trap. But if you take that base, it baits him out of position, and this will trigger herO to attack. herO should attack right now. herO should YOLO the front right now. It's way too much bio out of position. Clem is not maxed. Yes, he's going to get the kill, but herO not going for it. Oddly, Prism drop in the main base, though, could cause some issues. herO doesn't have much supply to warp in there. The army on the front's thinking about going, but this gives time for this bio to get back to the front where it can support the Liberators. Gotta watch out, the Disruptors are going forwards. They're going to maybe initiate the fight. Vikings should be able to deal with that before the warp in gets there. Well done. This was a bit of a misstep for herO, I think. There was a real opportunity when Clem split his army up right then. Clem's economy is still very low at 57 workers. He's got 4 orbitals, desperately trying to defend. The Libs, of course, can siege up. Lib range is almost done, just not quite. MP lands on a few of those siege units. The Libs will come over. And now the Libs should be much better at sieging. herO's going to take this left base as well. Lib range tends to counter the Disruptors. Adding Storm could be useful here. I also think Dark Templar could be a real problem for Clem to deal with right now. But very expensive, though. herO doesn't have any gas bank as the problem, so even losing all the Disruptors would be a disaster for him. Very slow to take extra gases. How many does he have? He's on 7. Does that include these ones that are building? I guess he's got these ones here as well. Dude, why is he not taking the gases on the bases that exist? herO's taking his gases on the front line. That's a bit of a newbie move. Gotta watch out. Oh, Disruptors his own Zealots there as well. Does lose this top right yet again, but Zealots in the natural. Very hard for Clem to deal with. He's got so few units at home, man. Doesn't have anything in his production. He's going to try and split a few units off, maybe, but looks like he's just going to try and deal with it with his rally and Libs. Disruptors looking to catch him when he's not looking. And herO's just trying to bait mistakes. He's just trying to bait mistakes out of Clem. Stalker blinks across the gap just to be a nuisance. Anything he can do to force reactions out of the French Terran and to get those potential mistakes. Once again, big round of Zealots gets inside the main base, splitting his attention, looking for the Disruptors. This right side base is not a planetary. The Libs need to siege up here. And they do so. Very good Lib Siege EMP, but he also stims. Notice how low his medevacs are on healing juice. It's a stressful situation. The Stalker never got dealt with, guys. Never dealt with that Stalker. This just shows Clem's multitasking is at the max. It's not just multitasking, guys. It's the impotence you feel playing this style as Terran. It is honestly if you're just sitting there defending, trying to get to endgame, it's not what anyone likes about StarCraft. Clem, though, especially. A guy who is born to attack. He likes stabbing. He does not like being stabbed. I know that sounds like a crazy statement, but it cannot be more true when you're talking about Clem. He's tilted in this scenario. He has to be. I guarantee you, he's going to get tilted and start making mistakes if herO can keep this movement up. herO's got endless money. Clem does not. Clem secured the 5th base, though, and herO, he's got to get a move on, but I kind of admire that he's being so patient, and he's waiting for Clem to give him an opportunity. So many players would A-move here and say, I can't let him get to late game, and they throw their army away. Look at this. He says, hey, you sieged in the wrong spot. He could move deeper here if he wants to, but no, he doesn't want to corner himself. DT is still causing issues in the main. Clem's multitasking, struggling. This base gets denied. There's a DT there. 30 workers have gone down. Zealots on the right side. I told you Clem was going to start making mistakes. You can't deal with this level of multitasking purely defensively as an aggressive player without tilting. Clem is tilting off the face of the planet. Because I have to sit here for 10 minutes more until I get to my Lib Ghost, and then I'll have an unbeatable army. It's not a style he enjoys playing. He completely missed the top right, didn't pull SCVs away. The DTs keep running in here. 43 workers go down. Clem might just have to go for a big all-in attack, and he could absolutely win the game. He's got 160 army supply. But herO says, it's better if I fight on my terms. I'm going to attack on your side of the map. Try to get a good engagement when you're not ready for it. And look at that. That does result in some pretty decent disruptor shots. Gets a few of these units. And it allows him to have time to remax, time to rebuild. He's on 13 gateways, so he did add some more gateways, which I love. He's got these gases mining on the middle bases, which, like I said, is absolutely ridiculous. But hey, it's herO. He'll do whatever he wants. And an orbital, a big snipe on the orbital. Every orbital that goes down means less scans for the DTs, not to mention less money. Oh, the disruptor landing in the middle of the borders goes, and he's refusing a standard fight, but he's going to do a fighting retreat the whole way across the map. Good luck engaging into that. You lose a liberator, you eat a disruptor shot pretty much every time you move forward. But oh, herO not guarding his important units. His army jumbled up and he loses everything. Oh no, has this given Clem an opportunity? I think Clem needs to go for the production, but look at how many zealots there are. Can he even overwhelm just the raw zealot stalker count? He's got EMPs. I think zealot stalker should probably try and spread before this fight starts if possible. He's going to go forward. The zealots charging. The stalkers trying to take out anything they can. The zealots will go down. And the stalkers do blink away. Not the prettiest fight there for herO, who's way down in supply. Throws his disruptor shots way too early as well. Here he needs to calm down and spend that money. He's just lost half of his gas income. Like I said, taking a gas on the front bases is so stupid when you haven't even taken this gas, these two, or this one, or both of these, or both of these. I mean, he's got so many safe gases he could have taken. But herO, as always, enjoys handicapping himself, makes the game fun, and does create a lot of chaos. He's got more money coming in right now, massively. 4 times the mineral income. Denying this base is huge. As long as the fighting's on Clem's side of the map, this is a winning position for herO. But the thing is, if Clem can get over there, he's still up in army supply. And it feels like herO's in such an awkward spot supply-wise. It's kind of weird, man. Chat says Clem just needs to kill 5 bases. Well, that's why the production's normally where you want to go get the tech. He just can't get across the map. Oh, he loses 2 medevacs trying to rotate those back to his production. Oh, good counter push. And look at this. He's barely left his base and the Zealot Stalker in all of his expansions. No way to cross this map without getting massively punished. He's going to send libs to the right. That means he doesn't have the libs here. The Stalker Disruptor Colossus. I don't know if he has the units to deal with this army. Getting on the production is herO. herO says, dude, I've got so much more mining, so many more bases than you. I've still got 2k minerals a minute coming in. You can't be throwing this army away for free. And I think this might be a really bad fight for herO, man. The EMPs come in, the bio guns down this army. Clem getting such efficient fights. I think herO should have recalled much earlier than that. But herO denying the top right. And that's huge. 3 Liberators. Clem cannot afford those losses. All the SCVs go down. There's 3 more Zealots up here. herO might remember about because of that. Another orbital falls. I mean, you could even DT checkmate Clem at this point. He's only got 3 orbitals. I guess he's got EMPs. And he's still at 73 army supply against 48. So, man, that fight in the main was appallingly bad for herO. I swear, he just wants this game to stay competitive. 12 more Zealots do warp in. I think they're on this left side. Indeed, they are with a sentry. 8 workers for Clem. Barely any mining on this base. Zealot Stalker's going to go around and find this orbital, though. And those orbitals are exposed. Clem has to stim his army home to try and defend. He's got so few units. 10 medevacs luckily give him a lot of healing. The orbital does come back. More Zealot Stalker there. herO looking for his opportunity. 8 probes go down to a Liberator pressure. Anything to distract herO and keep him on his side of the map. Clem's got to be regretting not noticing that SCV in the top right. This is so weird, guys, because I've never seen someone do this to Clem. herO did what I do in a lot of my games, where I go, I know I can just overwhelm my opponent's APM and make them panic and crap the bed. And that's kind of what herO did. People normally think of Clem as such an untiltable, undistractable, unlimited APM player. They forget even he has his limits. And herO really has found it in this game. He overwhelms the final army there with just his sheer numbers. And I have to highlight the key moment in this game, which just did everything for him. Okay, so this is the point where basically herO said, I am going to overwhelm you because you can't have enough attention. Like, I'll sometimes do this at my level where what I'll do is I'll go and queue up like a drop to hit 4 different bases at once. And I know that like my opponent's just going to have so many attack alerts, their brain's going to get overwhelmed and they're going to like lock up and freeze up. And this is the key moment, this Stalker. This is what I wanted to look through the replay for, because he randomly just blinks the Stalker across and just says, I don't care about losing a Stalker. This is one more thing you have to deal with. By the way, I've just run extra Zealots in the front into your main. You're already dealing with Zealots in your natural. There's more in your main. My main army is constantly taking pot shots at your army and rotating, looking to either snipe this base or this or this area. He's constantly doing that. And he just basically started to overwhelm, and then he starts adding DTs as well. This next 2 minutes from here, you can just see Clem struggling so hard. There's still 2 Zealots there. They're just outside of the lib zone. He finally cleans up in the main. The Stalker's here the whole time, just picking off SCVs. He's okay, I've sieged this side. But it's very APM heavy using this army. You got to unsiege, siege it in the other direction, and then he moves to the other side. Okay, unsiege, siege, stim, EMP, unsiege, siege, dodge the disruptors. It takes so much attention to use this army. Anyone who's not Clem knows that just focusing on this main army would take up most of our attention. But look at this. There's more Zealots, and now there's 2 DTs. By the way, the Stalker finally got cleaned up. How many kills did the Stalker have? Because it wasn't focus fired at all. It only got 4 kills. But it's just that little bit of distraction. And honestly, if he got like a Stalker behind here, amazing. If he could get like a single, and he starts to trickle Zealots and DTs into this top right base at some point, this whole series of just rotating between these angles, keeping his APM busy. If you mess up with this army, he will engage on it with these guys. He will drop balls on you and focus your libs down. The DTs are splitting up. He sends more DTs in, and he just kind of said, I know you can't focus on everything. And the DTs are really, the Stalker plus the Zealots started to open up cracks in the armor. And then it was the Dark Templar that wedged their scythes in there and just winched everything open. Because he's struggling with that. The Colossus kept attacking across the gap is amazing. But then Zealots ran in here. These DTs, he's got an EMP each one to deal with. I mean, Clem was just stressed. So stressed at this point. Brilliant play for herO to pick him apart. GG, well played. All right, guys. Game 2. Let's see if Clem can rally, or will he be Omega tilted from that last game? herO on the top left side of the map. Did a great job of going Oracle and stuff. I would not be surprised to see Clem go double gas and commit aggressively. There's 2 ways you can play from here, and I think a lot of us are used to just continuing trying to macro. That is the Artosis path. Oh, I just had to defend for 20 minutes and it was awful and I got wrecked. Let's try that again, you know? I think Clem, he's not going second gas. There we go. He changed his mind. He was like, wait a second, what am I doing? I was like, no, go second gas, go early Cyclone and just do a tank all in. If herO's really clever, he might predict this. Oh, herO's going double gas. Double gas build. Oh, no scout, double gas. Okay. Oh, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Is this live? No, we're on the best games of StarCraft today, guys. Saturday morning, my time in Australia. It's Friday afternoon if you're in North America or Europe. We cast this live on stream every day. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys can catch it over on my main, just Pigstarcraft channel. On YouTube, we do live stream it there as well, and then we chuck up all of the best series that we cast here onto the Pigcast channel on YouTube later. But generally speaking, we like to do this as a wrap-up show every week. I just got sick of being a live streamer and people going, oh, did you see this match? Did you see that match? And kind of having to skim videos and trying to find them all. And instead, I just said, okay, you guys tell me what series are great. I hear about series people keep talking about. I write those down throughout the week. We get to the weekend, and I grab the best of the best. The closest, funnest, or sometimes the most one-sided. It really depends on what goes on. Like, if it's anything that's notable, you know? Dude, this is so much minerals that you float with this build. Just to get the Stargate a little bit quicker. This is such a crazy build for herO. His Nexus gets up like almost a minute later, but he does get his Stargate very quickly, and he also gets a fast adept. Problem, he has no scouting, he has no vision, so we'll see what goes on. Yeah, it's been a really fun show for me because I just feel like I keep up with a lot more. Rather than just seeing results or skimming VODs, I actually get the full slow experience of casting the games and in real time figuring out why these games were really fun, epic matches. Okay, so Widowmine on the way. This is interesting. So this was double gas, but it's just going to be an early Widowmine drop. So Clem's still playing pretty like soft. Nothing too committed. And there's an Oracle. It's just a really early Oracle. Clem needs to see that Nexus. Okay, Clem knows something's up. Now he's got to worry about either DTs or Stargate. It could be something else, but realistically, what else is it going to be? Why is your opponent delayed the Nexus to get double gas this early? Almost always it's going to be for that. He cancels the second Widowmine, makes a Tech Lab. He's just going to make a Cyclone here. I think as long as he puts the Widowmine in the mineral line, leaves his Marines at home, he's fine. Reaper might try and spot the Oracle coming across the map. Yeah, he's going to do that. As long as he leaves it here. I think he misses the Oracle. Oracle slipped past. The Oracle just slipped past. Oh, he should have just left the Reaper on the edge to see it coming. Dude, if he picks up into... Oh, Clem might not be able to resist. He might pick up into his medevac and just move out, thinking, oh, I've got a Cyclone. If he picks up and leaves just before the Oracle comes in, it's really bad. And look at that. He distracts the Marines. The probe! The probe gives the middle finger to the Marines. Yeah, your mother is fat. Uh-huh. Oracle still commits even with the Marines nearby. Oh, SCV pickup. Saves the SCV. Clem says, yeah, get out of here, mate. Good micro for Clem there. Leaves one Widowmine in the mineral line, covering most of it. And he's going to get a Cyclone out momentarily. Looks like the probe should go down to the Reaper. But with the tag on the Marines, you gotta guard these SCVs. Otherwise, Oracle grabs a freebie. He doesn't have any energy, though. Doesn't have any energy to turn the laser on. Second Oracle comes out. Phoenix behind that. Second and third Gateway coming in. Of course, a big sacrifice on the income, which does mean Clem, even with the double gas build, is almost tied in workers. That Cyclone gonna lock on. Only gets 1 tick of damage, though. And you know Clem wants to attack here. The Oracle baits. Oh, he's got to go over the pillar. The medevac boost is good. Oracle will die. That means the other Oracle can dive into this base and do some damage. Oh, watch out for the Widow Mine. Okay, he remembers the Widow Mine exists. And he does get a few SCVs, a bit of mining time, but not many ways to escape this base as long as the medevac boosts after it. Oh, gosh. Oh, he tries to suicide, but the Widow Mine on burrows. Clem with an excellent start in game 2. He's going to unsiege and move across this map. herO is on unupgraded gateway units. He's got to start charge, but he doesn't even have the gas because he just made 3 stalkers. Clem does not move across the map, though. He chills. Clem says, no, don't even need to. Shut down both the oracles. Took almost no damage. Massive start here for Clem. And Clem, of course, can move to the next stage of the game while charge begins. herO is going to have a single Phoenix for air control. 7 unupgraded stalkers, 1 adept. And now he just goes for what, 5 gate zealot? Is he just going to go mass zealot on 2 base and then hope that Clem moves out with a stim push and he just jumps on him before stim's finished? Dude, herO's gambling hardcore right now. herO's like, yeah, this is a pretty bad opening. I'm pretty screwed. So he's just like, all right, we go all in. I'm screwed if I don't do something. So it's going to be 5 more gateways. It's going to be 8 gateways in total. I would love him to try and build a gateway on the other side of the map as well. Stalkers do clean up the Reaper. Clem, do not move out before stim, buddy. If you move out before stim, this massive advantage could completely turn around. If he waits for medevac, stim, shields, a few widow mines, a bit of a bigger bioforce, combat shields, he's so far ahead in this game. herO on equal workers is going to go Dark Shrine as well. I mean, talk about desperate, man. He's like, well, maybe I catch you with no scans. The DTs just get me. You never know. He's going to take every gamble in the book. Third gas goes down. Okay, the fact that there's a third gas mining makes this a bit less suspicious. Clem's, it's hard to read. A third gas could be anything. 2 zealots warping in could be anything. Doesn't know how committed this is. He might have noticed the Nexus wasn't building probes. I'm not sure if herO faked it. He moves out, but he pulls back. The zealots are there. herO wants to jump on him so bad. herO wants to jump on him so bad, but honestly, Clem's army supply is big enough. Shields is done. He's getting baited. He's getting baited right now. Clem's getting baited. Stim, 10 seconds away. It's not quite ready. He gets jumped on. Force field. Oh my god, the clutch force field is crazy. Is it enough though? I think Clem still wins the fight. Even with the Guardian Shield, the force field, and the full ambush, Clem minces herO, smashes through this army. And that looks like it will be probably game over unless the DTs somehow catch him with just 0 scans. Gonna go across this map. It is only 2 base. I don't know if Clem realizes there's no third. Oh my god. He's warping 4? 5? 5 Dark Templar just warped in. 1 at the natural, 4 on the other side. He just dropped a mule. He doesn't have an engineering bay and he just dropped a mule. No, no, no. DT comes in, he sees it. He's like, oh, crud. He's gonna have 1 scan in a few seconds. His engineering bay's just started. He needs to put the starport on a tech lab. He needs to put the starport on a tech lab. I cannot believe herO is doing... And he scans with his army. No, you needed to scan at home. The pylon was still up. He scans his army. Clem would have been okay if he scanned here because he keeps all 4 Dark Templar back for like 15 seconds while the scan dissipates. Instead, his Warlock's going to go down. He's starting turrets, but they're not ready just yet. The DTs are in. Oh my god. herO right now is trying to clutch victory from the jaws of defeat. What in the effing world? This is so ridiculous. No. Clem, no GG. Okay, definitely. At this point, we know it was no GG. Oh, no. Oh my god, herO, you absolute degenerate. I have always said herO throws games more than anyone else. He's so bad at hedging bets when he's ahead. He never hedges his bets when he's ahead. But on the flip side, when he is behind, he's such a natural gambler. He finds these gambles. And in that, it was like, oh, maybe I catch you with the Zealot surprise. He catches Clem pants down. He's so far behind, it doesn't even matter. He gets wrecked. But then gets him. I mean, Clem still wasn't dead here. I kid you not. Even when Clem left the game, Clem is just tilted. He's not dead. He's in a bad spot. He does not realize this is a 42 probe 2 base Protoss. herO doesn't really have much of a follow-up. It's a bad spot as Terran, but he's actually not dead. He's going to have another scan come in about 22 seconds, I think. He's got 14 energy. It's friggin' rough. You have to kind of run in circles here for 20 seconds, drop a scan, build turrets while you're doing it. But if he didn't use the scan in the middle of the map, just ran those units home, if he swapped the starport onto the tech lab barracks, he would have been completely fine. But he was stuck in his corner with limited vision, and he did not understand the depravity that he was facing. And when you play games like this, you feel like all these unfair things are coming out time after, and you're like, how does he have 40 Ts at my base? Like, what? It doesn't add up, because in your mind, you're thinking herO has done something within the realm of not of actual logical standard play. herO's way over here in the insane chaos realm of flipping coins. And then he's flipping a coin based on a coin flip, based on a coin flip. And it's great. It's exactly what you need to do. When you lose those 2 oracles in the early game, you're screwed. You've got to gamble. There's nothing I hate more as a caster than watching a player who loses the 2 oracles, is way behind, and is like, you know what? I'm going to do the most standard play. I'll make 6 Blink Stalkers, and then I'll try to take a third and go Colossus, and they just die to anything. And you're like, well, obviously, you have to gamble when you're behind. herO understands that better than anyone else. Gets the 2-0. All right, guys, you thought it was over. Guess what? It's not. Clem went to the lower bracket, beats Beyond in PVT in a 1-0. It's only best of 1 in the lower bracket. And now they rematch in the grand finals. herO only needs to win 1 best of 3. Clem needs to win 2. herO is going to send one of his very first probes out to try to block the barracks, get some harassment damage. Also keeps him very safe against proxy barracks. Part of herO's plan is to very rarely, if ever, be stuck on the defensive. So a big percentage of his builds involve sending a worker across at the start. And this allows him to sometimes be crazy greedy. Even if he's only greedy 30% of the time, because the other 70% he does an early worker, no one wants to proxy against herO, because 70% of the time you're running into a really early probe that'll scout the proxy and wreck you. So I love the way herO does these extremely early scouting / aggressive openings most of the time, and then he mixes in the extreme greed. This is one of the more aggressive ones. It's a max packs build, guys. He goes first pylon and gateway in the middle of the map. He's going to go for 2 zealots into a stalker pressure with no gateway at home. Now, he recently did a more aggressive version of the old school max packs. The old school max packs, you'd still build a pretty quick nexus. With his version, he actually gets a faster second pylon and goes for, like, you know, the kind of cybercore and everything quite fast. I think, anyway, actually, to be fair, it's been so long since I've seen the normal max packs, I can't actually remember the build exactly, so I could be wrong. You guys let me know. Anyone who remembers the exact max packs build, whether you're in chat or the comments, you guys can remind me. Is this exactly how it used to go? Cybercore, slightly delayed. There could have been a little faster, and he's going to chrono 2 zealots into a stalker. Actually, I think this is exactly how the old max packs went, right, guys? I think it is. Probe comes in, attacks a few SCVs. And then he says, oh, I think those are some of the games that I recommended. Absolutely, Panetti. Yeah, you and a bunch of people recommended some really good games this week. I went and looked through all the RSL matches and a few others, which we've kind of gone and picked some of the best cream of the crop for today's coverage. So 2 zealots hide. Now Clem's just like, cool, doing a double gas build, which is usually the better case option, but he's going reactor. Oh, reactor's not what you want to do. And he misses the probe as well. He's looking for proxies, though. Oh, he's going to find the zealot. That's really good. This is really good for Clem. Okay, that gives him time to react. He could cancel, build a marine, and then build something else. Or he could just let the reactor finish and hope that he can repair it up. Depot raises, probe not able to get on the depot. Okay, so Reaper's going to get the zealot. Seeing how early that zealot is, I think he should know it's a max packs build. That's why he's gone straight bunker. And I think he'll go Widow Mine to deal with the Stalker, though. I actually kind of like Hellion here. All right, so zealot goes down. He does go Widow Mine. And needs to pull some SCVs now to repair that reactor. Extra depot needs to go down. There we go. Very well played. And that bunker's already up, which means he can get inside. This is a good start for Clem, guys. Good start in the rematch. We'll see if Clem's cooled down at all. I think he would have been very upset. He actually wasn't dead against the DTs when he left that previous game. He was in a very bad spot in terms of he was going to take huge damage, but he was so far ahead, I think he could absorb huge damage and be A-okay. Now, he only loses 2 SCVs here. Command Center starts quite delayed at 3 minutes on the high ground. You could argue maybe he could have started that Command Center a bit faster, but the Nexus is quite delayed. Worker count similar. And of course, the Twilight and the second gateway goes down at home. Shout out to herO putting random spaces between his buildings. It does allow freedom of movement, but it also means you can't fit many buildings here. Maybe he can... I don't know if he can... I don't think he can squeeze another gateway, whereas if you put that to the right, he would have, but then... Who knows, maybe your opponent drops some bio and they're walled off and your zealots can't get to it later, so... Yeah, to each his own. There's upsides and downsides to building placement. Hey, Pig, is the score wrong? No, this is the reset best of 3. So remember, Clem needs to win 2 best of 3s. herO just needs to win 1. If herO wins 2 maps, even if it's 2-1, he's got it. Because he's coming from the upper bracket, and Clem is coming from the losers. I actually prefer best of 5 format generally. And I don't mind there being, you know, no double elimination or whatever, but it's kind of good to have different formats across the different regions for different tournaments. I can't believe herO won that game. Dude, Clem had it in the bag, hey. The combat shield's kicking in, even though he didn't have stim, actually meant his Marines were just doing good damage. He had such a good ball of units. Alright, Reaper comes in, sees it's kind of Blink Stalkers here. Oh, he's actually going to go for a push. Does Zealot see this? Oh, well, the Hallucination definitely does. Wants to get rid of the gateway. I think Clem just wants to get rid of the gateway and then get out of there, probably. His command center's up. It's going to scare herO a little bit. So that sight block is really nice. Normally, you'd rather depower the pylon. But he's just like, we'll just warp in some more units off of it before it goes down. And Stalker's waiting for Blink here. Let me go around the right side. I think that's a good call. I don't think Clem's going to commit to the push, and I think herO makes that read. He's going to do an empty medevac scout. Clem absolutely wants to check for Dark Templar, but he F2's at home. Oh no, he decides to go for the Widow Mine drop. Okay, changed his mind. Bit of he's not quite as confident, you know? Oh, the Stalkers are just going to dive for the tank. herO, you mad lad. Blink finishes as he gets to the top of the ramp. What in the world? Who walks into tank Marine fire when Blink's not finished? Who does that? herO gets 4 SCVs mining time and a tank for 1 Stalker. Sick puppy trade there. Oh my gosh. And he only gets 1 probe with the 2 Widow Mine drop. At least the Widow Mine in the medevac survives. Dude. herO's such a savage. This is the sort of maneuver that just like, there's so many potential downsides. There's so many times that goes wrong, but herO's willingness to stick his finger into the fox trap and find out what happens. He's like, no, I don't think the trap's been set yet. And I'm like, is it really worth sticking your hand in there? And he's like, yeah, let's find out. You know. And you know what? Sometimes he gets away with some goodies. He gets to steal some goodies. He gets to steal the cheese off the mousetrap before the trap's actually been set. Oh, he's a cheeky guy. And that's the sort of move that tilts you as a Terran. Because, like, it feels like he's doing an illegal move, you know? It really feels like he's doing something he shouldn't be able to. Yeah, if Blink were, like, 3 seconds later, so derpy. Oh, not quite enough to one-shot the tank. Okay, that's going to be expensive. Oh, okay. Clem's very happy with that one. That was like, I think 4 or 5 Stalkers went down there. Widow Mine drop goes in. I don't think he killed any probes. Looks like the probes all pulled and just killed it. Protoss players have got really good at doing that. That's why I noticed Maru's really consistent at trying to drop like in this gap and stuff, but the pylon actually blocks that. Like if you drop there and there, kind of, or in the pocket between the minerals, they can't get surrounded. Raven getting 2 probes. Not bad. I'm getting bits of damage. I don't think Clem's massively behind in this game. herO's just being annoying. And we know that Clem, it might be the emotional side of things that losing this game. And he goes a bit deep there. Gets 2 more probes, but losing the Raven. herO is really happy to remove that problem. And look at that. Oh, you cheeky. This is it. herO's feeling himself. Like, he's just doing all these cool little tricks. And look at that. The Raven just died. The Raven just died. He's like, oh, boy. You just lost your Raven. I'm going to go Dark Templar. Now, a downside, he's going to make just literally Zealot Stalker for a long time. If you're going DTs this early, your splash damage is going to be so late. If these DTs don't land, and then there's just a big stim medevac attack, I don't think you can defend this with just Stalker Zealot. We'll find out. Does he have a sentry? He's got 1 sentry. You need that Guardian Shield when the fight happens. Stalker's kind of coming from 2 sides there. Oh, the sentry's on... What the hell? The sentry should not be here. He sends the sentry home. Good move. 1 Stalker goes down. Good blink backs. Gets himself a few more Marines, but not baiting any stims out of Clem. Good discipline for Clem. You don't want to ever push this ramp because of force fields. You always want to push south or north. Or stop to break those. He's pulling the boys! He does already drop a scan, though, which means he's only got 1 scan left. DTs could help against this. It's a boy pull, and it's pretty good against herO's strategy, I think. It is pretty good here. The Sentry Stalker Colossus trying to fight. The SCV's maybe going a bit far forward. Oh, the tanks just did a big friendly fire. Dude, did he just A-click his own unit? I don't know what, or maybe it was a single Zealot got in the middle of the bio. SCV's going forward. Tanks getting some good shots off. The DTs are going to clear the tanks. Stalkers on the right side. DTs are going to go for the siege tanks. One tank goes down. Can he get the second tank? Yes, he can. Even though he'll lose all the DTs, he gets the tanks. The pylon's getting focus fired in the natural. Really slick move. I don't think there's any more scans. 2 more DTs warp in. 2 more DTs warp in. Oh my god. Clem has got to be so mad. He's got no scans. He literally had a game-winning SCV pull timing. But now it's on a very strict timer because these Dark Templar... Okay, another scan comes in. That might save the day. The Widow Mines get some decent shots. The Dark Templar go down. Clem might still have this. He might still have this. There's a 4th Nexus building. hero's down to 45 probes. Hero needs to run away and let the DTs do their magic. He's built a turret at home. This time he did have the engineering bay because he has +1. Probes pulling into the fight is a terrible move for herO. Don't know why he did that. He's just got to run the probes around and buy time, doesn't he? Oh, that's a big mistake. But that is the last scan for a while. Dark Shrine's well protected in the back of the base, but this bio is heavily damaged. Stalkers can beat this now. I think with good micro, maybe. Whoa, the medevac healing and the reinforce comes in just in time, but he stims that bio and it's already deep orange. 4 bases up with very few probes right now for Protoss. The Terran units deep in the red. The Stalkers one-shotting Marines and Marauders, but the Stalkers are so fragile. And he stims again. Clem being slow impatiently right now. Continues to stim his units. Unfortunately, a slow Zealot warping on the right side. He picks up, does lose a medevac though. Zealot Stalker trying to skirmish right now. Where are the Dark Templar guys? It looks like herO has stopped making them. I think he figures, hey, you're going to have scans out. And in fact, there's a Raven now as well. Single SCV comes in, he says, taste my drill! Sees the warping and quickly runs away. That's SCV's smarter than he looks. Pylons will go down. Whew, there's a turret on the front, actually. Another scan goes down. Did he even get anything for that? I don't even know if he got a DT for that. I guess he sees what he's up against, and he's going to try and run away. Doesn't have much bio. Got a Raven, though. Does have a Raven. Auto turret goes down. Got to keep that Raven alive. The bio doing pretty well. Focuses the DTs. He's out of healing juice, though. The Zealots and Stalkers have +1, as does the Terran bio. It's neck and neck. 26 workers against 38. This game is absolutely ridiculous right now. Will the Dark Templar surprise have been enough to save herO from this all-in SCV pull attack? Clem is up in supply. And if this base goes down, I do believe he has the game in the bag, but that stim's about to wear off. That stim's going to wear off. His bio is so damaged, he can't stim again. And it looks like he may have gone a bit too deep. If you pick up, he's going to blink on you. And you know herO's going to blink on you. herO surprisingly doesn't blink. Maybe it was still on cooldown or something. The Raven splits off from the army. I don't like that. I think the Raven should go home and repair. I think Clem should honestly go home and repair as well. I think because there's a 3rd base, he might feel a bit more all-in than he is. But I think building SCVs is good. I think he should pull off gas in the main as well. And usually in this sort of game, you're pretty favored. The Raven just went down. It just flew in and died to the Stalker. Unnecessary, overly eager play there for a Clem who has done critical economic damage. Yes, the 3rd survived, but it's not like there's a massive mineral advantage, and you are building higher quality units as Clem. That medevac almost goes down. Stalker micro is great for herO. herO trying to control space. All he's got is Zealot Stalker and 2 sentries. The sentries are going to come up from the south. Guardian Shield will be exceptionally useful in this scenario. He does drop it now. Gotta watch out for the Widow Mines, though. And kind of waiting for Stim to wear off. Oh, he does try to throw a few force fields. One Marauder and a Widow Mine goes down. The next Widow Mine doesn't really do anything. The Guardian Shield is juicy, but that Stalker, the Sentry goes down. The Stalker's blinking back. He's going to blink forwards now. herO realizes, where's your reinforce? 2 more Marauders come in. The Stalkers do kind of get hammered by those Marauders, but he says, screw it. I've got the numbers. You're out of hit points. You're out of time. Clem scans the natural, scans the 3rd, and he drops the GG. Holy moly, herO right now is nipple twisting Clem. I feel like Clem is in the corridors of my high school again. It's like every time you're not looking, bam, someone does a sack whack to you. You know, you guys remember that from school? They come and they do the back of the hand right into your bloody crotch. You're like, what the hell, man? Or you're standing there, someone comes up and pushes you, and the other friend, they've gone down on, you know, when someone crouches behind you and they push you and you stack it over the person behind them. Now your friend grabs you, he's like, oh, look, a bird. And you're like, you look and he nipple cripples you. That's essentially, herO right now is bullying Clem. If he can, in the next game, continue, maybe go for the one, what's the one where they dunk you in the toilet or whatever? Maybe you can give him a wedgie, maybe a wet willy, lick his finger and stick it in his ear. I feel like Clem's at breaking point right now. All right, guys, herO, he's got Clem on tilt. I mean, he's just being like such a cheeky bugger. And this is what happens in StarCraft is once your confidence starts growing, you start to just be so unworried. You start to find these little advantages you normally wouldn't look for, like those stalkers going up the ramp. Hey, the Raven goes down. Like, Clem just overcommits a little bit with that Raven unnecessarily. And then you drop the Dark Shrine. It actually did so much there, clearing those tanks, forcing so many more stims and scans out. Absolutely massive. How do you fight against bullies, guys? Well, we all know you got to just go punch them in the face generally. Generally, that's one of the best approaches. You got to fight back. And that's usually how Clem plays StarCraft. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's playing double gas. I would absolutely be double gassing every game here. Just trying to get any sort of momentum, any sort of pressure on the Protoss side of the map so I don't have to deal with it. We're talking about all the different things we did to each other in school. Panetti says throwing bricks was the meta in my school. Oh, God. Yeah, that can get pretty vicious, man. Throwing bricks, kind of scary. Nice SCV swap here for Clem. But herO is always getting quite a bit of damage on these SCVs. If an Adept or something gets in later, they'll take advantage. Cybercore into Nexus. So herO's going to play for the quick Adept. I love how herO is the one guy who you can count on his Nexus and Cybercore always being like 50 to 80 minerals late. And then you realize, he's staring at his probe trying to hunt that SCV down. As always, prioritizing annoying his opponent over doing his own build perfectly. And I'm all here for it. I love it. herO's probe is in bully mode. It wasn't even a super early probe, but he's still just like, get back here, boy. Why are you running, boy? Why are you running? He's trying to bait Clem into try and attack with all the SCVs so he can run it. And look at this, he recalls. So the Reaper's just wasted a few seconds chasing it, going in the wrong direction. Now it has to double back across the map. Great play here by herO. Really good play. Just so annoying. All right. Command Center will go down on the high ground. You can see he's pulled a few workers off gas. Got a 219, 218 Command Center. Winter Madness is a pretty solid map. Stalker first, I imagine herO's just playing Blink. Doesn't look like anything crazy. I mean, you don't have a lot of options with Cybercore before Nexus because you don't have much gas. Twilight in the wall off would be his way of doing this because it's either there or you build it here where it's quite exposed. So either way, it's a bit exposed. This way, at least you've got a semi-wall off. If there's Hellions or something, you can block them. Reaper jumps to the high ground. Sees nothing building on the gateway, but actually sees it start up. Should survive as long as the Adept doesn't get an attack off. Oof! Clem barely escapes. Cyclone and a medevac. This looks like it's probably a Marine tank push. It's the most standard thing off this opening. Reaper Reactor is you build a tank immediately. See, 125 gas is needed. Cyclone finishes, tank queues up. I mean, this is textbook Viking, usually after the medevac. And yeah, you just want to clear the way with Cyclone if possible. And then you kind of, bam, get an early tank siege here. A bunch of Marines. I think if you pull a few SCVs, it's got a pretty high win rate against this sort of delayed third gate. There is an early shield battery, which will help out herO a lot. And his blink is not poorly timed. Viking is on the way. Clem's doing the most old school stable build. Every top Protoss player should be able to defend this. And yet it still is something you have to mix in just once in a while, and it's very easy to execute, hard to stop. This is one of the simpler pushes out there. He doesn't pull the boys. A lot of people will pull 2 to 4 SCVs with this to repair the tank, maybe to help fight a little bit, but he's just doing the lesser commitment version. Dep's going to see some of this stuff. Does he hide it? I think he hides it. Cyclone's out there, though. herO knows that this is always a threat at this level of StarCraft. No time to get an Immortal ready. Cyclone comes forward. Medevac does provide a bit of vision with the tank and the Marines coming forward. The Stalker count's really good, though. Gosh, that Stalker count's lovely. Oh, no! Oh! Well, if your opponent has 6 Stalkers and a shield battery, this is not going to work. And Clem literally, I think he started to siege the tank and then he just rage quit because he realized in that moment he couldn't back off. He's already very committed. He's down 18 workers, guys. It's basically checkmate. herO just played very safe. Non-stop. He made 3 gateway units before warp gate and then constantly warped in. Had a safety shield battery. And look at this. Clem just kind of realized he started sieging the tank, and in this moment he sees the batteries healing. He does a unit count on the stalkers, and his pattern recognition says that beats what I've got so easily. He just knows it's game over, and he's omega tilted. herO is a massive bully, guys. Hot damn, dude. Hot damn. That's the best way to play StarCraft, honestly. We always say StarCraft's about your opponents. You're both trying to play piano while someone tries to hit your hands with a hammer. I mean, herO just did better hammering that game. He doesn't always play the perfect piano, but he's so good at hammering his opponent's hands and breaking their knuckles and their fingers while they're playing. Understandably tilted off the face of the planet. Dude, herO... I don't know what else to say, guys. Thank you very much for watching. A big special thanks to our Patreon supporters. If you guys want to support the channel, go the extra mile. You know, use that ad block as much as you want, all that sorts of stuff. There is a bunch of cool perks. You can get extra merch that is exclusive to Patreon. Big thanks to everyone here, especially Pete and Dragosar, Ivy, and OkoH. Click on the button that's somewhere around my head, as well as in the description link below the stream if you want to get on there. Thank you for watching, and shout out to herO for being a bully. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.